Well, hello and welcome to the last forecast of 2015. Had you thinking there for a minute, huh? In fact, I'm so good, I want to give you a forecast for next year. Crazy! And if you join me at 5:55 in the evenings on live stream, you can get it live, as well as on Periscope at 6:05. And you can also put that in your Twitter feed, your Instagram feed, and your Tumblr feed if you're following me at CNY Jeff Matthews. Little recap. This just kind of reinforces the accuracy part of the forecast. You get three things: most accurate forecast, educational, and fun. So here's the accuracy part. A week ago, remember Christmas Eve Day? It turned out exactly 68. Christmas Day turned out 54. So in 2 days, I'm off by 2 degrees. On Saturday, it turned out 46. Now, Sunday, I was off. It turned out, I think, 48. And it was not as warm as I forecasted. But Monday, 32. So we're 3 off. Tuesday, it turned out 40. So I'm 2 off. And Wednesday, it turned out 38. So I'm 2 off. So if you add that up, it's a total of 17 degrees off, which means that in 7 days, I'm off by no more than about 2 degrees. There you go, my friends. It's got to be the voodoo or the intern. Maybe I'll let you know. I'll put a reveal in for 2016 at some point. Average is a 30, slightly more downhill for the first 2 weeks of January. Our numbers coming closer in line with that. And it's going to turn sharply colder as we get into Monday and Tuesday of next week. So the temps are cold, and they're getting colder. New Year's Eve, there may be some flurries around, and temperatures will be in the low 30s as we get close to midnight. It'll be a flurrious forecast, but even with all those flurries, it doesn't really add up to much. There's a coastal storm that I mentioned will move up to the Delmarva and Jersey shoreline, but miss us 2 hours south, and that's in fact what's happening. I'll show you more in a moment. There's a little Saskatchewan screamer coming out of Canada. That's bringing some flurries to the northern lakes. But if you look at the water vapor imagery, you can see this plume of moisture, but it's going to get cut off at the pass by that little Saskatchewan screamer. And between the two of those, we'll miss the rain to our south, and we'll just get some flurries from the north. And you can see the flurries moving across the Great Lakes right now. And there'll be another one coming in from Kamloops. That's a Kamloops screamer. Never heard of that? I just made it up. So anyway, we've got some flurries for your Thursday night. We'll have some more coming down the pike for Friday and Friday night into Saturday as well. I want to talk about the jet stream. The southern branch has been very active, and you can see how it's moving along this latest system. But when we get into Monday and Tuesday of next week, the northern branch is going to not only get stronger, but sink further southwards. So Monday into Tuesday looks like a very cold snap coming our way. But in the short term, you've got flurries to deal with, basically, into the next couple of days. So, after a cloudy start, that storm moving through to our south as forecast, this map should look familiar. That little Saskatchewan screamer brings some flurries to the area on Thursday night, and on Friday. Forecasted high for Wednesday was 40. It turned out 38. The low was 32. It turned out 32. I'm a happy camper. We had a trace in the snow gauge, and I'll have your forecast details in a moment.
Hey, Coach, we need you in the team now.
Yeah, give me a second. I've got to check my Weathertainment.
Hey, Coach, what play are we going to run off the face-off this time?
Hey, I'll tell you in a second. I've got to check my Weathertainment.
The forecast for the final day of 2015, unremarkable. Cloudy, cold, few flurries, high of 38. New Year's Eve, cloudy, flurries, not really accumulating. Could make the ground a little slippery at times, so if you don't have to drive, you might want to leave that to someone else. A low overnight of 28, but at the midnight hour, probably around the freezing mark, and only climbing on New Year's Day, 2016, to about 35. Cloudy skies and some intermittent flurries, but really not accumulating a great deal. And there'll be more flurries again Saturday afternoon, evening into Sunday morning. And then it might clear up for a time here Monday afternoon into most of Tuesday and even Wednesday. Some hazy sun and some high clouds drift in advance of the next storm that won't arrive until Thursday. But notice the temperatures when we get into Monday and Tuesday, a sharp drop-off with highs in the 20s and lows bottoming out in the teens and single digits. That's the final forecast of 2015. I'll see you next year. Make it a great year.